Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Thank you. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, and home-brewed 5e items for your games. Today it's back into the world of the Darkstalkers with the Darkstalker/Darkstalker hunter, Hsien-Ko. Born in the 18th century, twins Hsien-Ko and Mei Ling lived an idyllic life till their village was attacked by Darkstalkers. Their mother sacrificed herself to save her children, but her soul was trapped in darkness. To release her, the twins performed a powerful ritual that turned Hsien-Ko into a Jiang Shi. In battle, Hsien-Ko utilizes a wide arsenal of weapons that she can summon at will. These include large claws, weights, throwing knives, axes, and spinning blades. She can also summon a gong that releases a blast wave, and she can summon a wave of large blades to attack her enemies at a distance. Her new form also allows her to run on air, vanish, and sense the souls of monsters. Sadly, her new form does have some consequences as well, as she can no longer feel anything, and without her sister's spiritual power, Hsien-Ko will go insane. Not something you'll see in this build, but an interesting plot point, don't you think? Before we go further, let's do a quick discussion about what a Jiang Shi is. Commonly referred to as a Japanese jumping vampire, this is wrong. They're not vampires, though they do feed on spiritual energy. They're more closely related to ghosts, though they're their own unique thing. The jumping part of their name comes from their inability to move their legs due to rigor mortis. They also hate being in daytime, but once more, they're not vampires. Though they fear the sunlight and their body is rotting and stiff, Hsien-Ko has none of these weaknesses, though her fighting style does involve a lot of jumping. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, and Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are multi-classing, so keep an eye on those minimums if you use another system. Make Dex 15, Charisma 14, Strength 13, Con 12, Wisdom 10, and we're going to be dumping Intelligence with an 8. I don't want to, but we can try to fix that later. Hsien-Ko is not really dumb in any sense. Hsien-Ko is Jiang Shi, which is an energy vampire ghost zombie thing. We don't got that. Kobold Press has a Shade, which is a ghost, which would work pretty well, but it's not official material, so Damn Fear from Van Richten's will work. Place +2 into Charisma and +1 into Dex. Spider Climb gives you a climbing speed equal to your walking speed, which is 35 feet. Ancestral Legacy grants you 2 skills of your choice. Take Stealth and Survival. Dark Vision allows you to see in dim light as if it's bright light, and darkness as if it's dim light out to 60 feet. Deathless Nature means you don't breathe. Vampiric Bite makes your teeth count as simple melee weapons that you can attack with. You can use your Con modifier for the attack and damage, and you deal 1d4 piercing damage on a hit. If the target is not undead or a construct, you can empower the bite a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus between long rests. When you empower the bite, you can heal yourself equal to the bite damage, or gain a bonus to your next skill check or attack roll equal to the bite damage. To finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and one other of your choice. For background, we need the skills Perception and Acrobatics. For your bonus proficiencies, you like 2 things, cooking and fighting, so cooking utensils and smith's tools should help pretty well. Level 1 Paladins start off with 2 skills. Grab Athletics and Religion. You are proficient in all armor, shields, weapons, and the saving throws, Wisdom, and Charisma. Divine Sense allows you to sense creatures that are undead, fiend, or celestial within 60 feet. You can also sense holy and evil objects or places. In the new edition, this is being merged into Channel Divinity at level 3. Lay on Hands grants you a pool of healing that equals 5 times your paladin level between long rests. With a bonus action, you can touch a creature, including yourself, and take from the pool to restore HP equal to the points you took. You can also spend 5 from the pool to end a poison condition. You're also going to be getting spellcasting at this level in the new edition, but all the spells we need are from your subclass and your second class, so I don't care what you take. Though there actually is one first level spell from Paladin you might want to take, but it's up to you. Level 1 Warlocks are going to begin with an otherworldly patron, which is the source of their power. Hexblade, found in Xanathars, is going to make you a deadly warrior. Heads up, all this is being moved to level 3, and everything you want at level 3 is coming to level 1. For now, since we're still on 5e and not 5.5e, we're just going to stick with 5e. Hex Warrior gives you things you already have because of Paladin, but it also allows you to bond with a weapon at the end of a long rest, and you can now use your charisma for attack and damage. But it must lack the two-handed property, which is okay because you never really use two-handed weapons. Hexblade's Curse allows you to curse a target within 30 feet for 1 minute. While this curse is active, you will crit on a 19 or 20, you will deal bonus damage equal to your proficiency bonus, and when the target drops to 0 HP, you will regain health equal to your Warlock level plus charisma modifier. You can only use this feature once per short or long rest. Pack Magic makes you a fake spellcaster. This means you have limited spell slots, but will be separate to your Paladin spell slots, so no bonus math for multi-classing, and these spells will be stronger as you level up. You're going to be starting off with 2 cantrips and 2 first level spells. For your spells, Eldritch Blast unleashes a wave of blades out to 120 feet and dealing 1d10 force damage on a hit. Sword Burst unleashes blades against everyone within 5 feet of you, forcing a dex save and dealing 1d6 force damage on a failure. Shield adds +5 to your AC as a reaction for 1 turn, and automatically stops Magic Missile. For your final spell, take what you want. Level 2 Warlocks gain Eldritch Invocations. These allow you to add new abilities. Now in the new edition, this goes to level 1, but you only get 1 then, but you will receive 2 at this level, but more on that in a second. For your invocations, Armor of Shadows gives you the spell Mage Armor that you can cast without a spell slot or material components. This gives you an AC of 13 plus Dex for 8 hours when not wearing armor. Mask of Many Faces gives you the spell Disguise Self that you can cast without a spell slot. This changes your appearance for 1 hour by surrounding you in an illusion. You can make yourself appear 1 foot taller or shorter if you wish, but can't change your limb count. This is just an illusion and not really going to hold up to investigation, but mostly in the lore you use this to hide your undead nature, so I don't see investigation checks as a problem, as you'll probably just change your skin color so you don't look like a rotting corpse anymore. For your new spell, once more, take what you want. You've reached character level 3, your spider climb gets an upgrade, and now you can move up walls leaving your hands free and even move upside down. Level 3 Warlocks receive a Pact Boon, but these are now invocations, and this is the one you want to grab at level 1. Pact of the Blade allows you to create a weapon with an action. This weapon can be any weapon and take any form you wish. This can also be used with your Hexblade Warrior Bond, and can ignore the two-handed property ban, but yet again, you don't use two-handed weapons, so who cares. You also have your spell slots upgraded to 2nd level. For your new spell, Shatter allows you to bring your gong into battle and unleash a sonic wave of pain. This wave shoots out 60 feet and explodes into a 10-foot radius blast, forcing a con save on everyone within. Should they fail, they take 3d8 thunder damage. Level 4 Warlocks earn our first ability score improvement, Raise Your Charisma, for a more attack, damage, spell attack, and DC. For your new spell, Invisibility lets you turn invisible for 1 hour while you maintain this spell. You will become visible if you cast a spell or attack. Toll the Dead uses your gong to target a single foe within 60 feet and force a wisdom save. If they fail, they take 2d8 necrotic damage or 2d12 necrotic damage if they are below full health. Your character level 5, raise your proficiency bonus to +3. Sword Burst now deals 2 damage dice, and Eldritch Blast can now be used twice with a single action. Level 5 Warlocks gain a new invocation, or 2 new invocations with the new addition. For those invocations, Improved Pact Weapon turns your Pact Weapon into your spellcasting focus for your Warlock spells, and adds +1 to your Pact Weapon's attack and damage. Eldritch Mind gives you advantage on con saves you make to maintain your spells. You also have your spell slots upgraded to 3rd level. For your new spell, Fly lets you run across the air with a flying speed of 60 feet for 10 minutes while you maintain the spell. Level 2 Paladins get a fighting style. Take whichever one you want, but I want thrown weapon fighting. This lets you draw and throw a weapon as part of the same action and adds +2 to the damage with a thrown weapon. You don't really need to take this one to improve the build, I just want it because Hsien-Ko does in fact throw weapons. Spellcasting doesn't matter much right now because you got all the spells you need through Warlock and the rest you'll get through your subclass. Oh, you'll also get the next feature. Paladin's Smite gives you the spell Divine Smite, which lets you add 2d8 radiant damage to your attacks with a bonus action, and this will deal more damage to fiends and undead. Upcasting this will add even more damage, so I would use your Warlock spell slots for this and save the rest for the spells that you're going to need. Before we continue, I did mention there is one Paladin spell you may want. This is up to you. Detect Good and Evil is basically Divine Sense, but it lasts for 10 minutes while you maintain the spell and lets you sense more creatures like aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. You really don't need this, but Divine Sense is now more limited, so it's nice to have. Level 3 Paladins receive their subclass. Vengeance from the Player's Handbook makes you a great monster hunter. Channel Divinity lets you use your divine power in different ways, twice per long rest, though in the new edition you're going to be able to use this 3 times at a certain point. This is where Divine Sense is now a part of, but you have another way of using Channel Divinity with Vow of Enmity. As a bonus action, you can choose one creature within 10 feet of you. You will now have advantage on all attacks against that one creature for 1 minute or until it drops to 0 HP. If they drop to 0 HP before the 1 minute is up, you can transfer the vow for free to another creature. Abjure Enemy is a Channel Divinity that will be moved to level 9 in the new edition, so I'll talk about it there. Oath spells are free spells you get as you level up and will always have prepared. For your Oath spells, Bane curses up to 3 creatures within 30 feet for 1 minute while you maintain the spell, forcing a charisma save on each creature you choose. If they fail, they must subtract 1d4 for any attack roll or saving throw while the spell is active. Hunter's Mark lets you mark a creature within 90 feet with a bonus action for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. While the spell is active, you will deal an extra 1d6 force damage to the creature and will have advantage on survival and perception checks to find them. If they drop to 0 HP before this spell is up, you can use a bonus action to move the mark to another creature within 90 feet. Guess what? Hunter's Mark, Hexblade's Curse, and Vow of Enmity can be stacked together, but each requires a bonus action, so you're not stacking them all in a single turn. Level 4 Paladins earn another ability score improvement to cap off Charisma. You've reached character level 9, bring your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 5 Paladins now have extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single action. You also now have second level spells. For your Oath spells, Misty Step is a 30-foot teleportation you make with a bonus action. Hold Person targets one humanoid within 60 feet and forces a wisdom save. Should they fail, they are paralyzed for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. At the end of each of their turns, they may attempt to retake the save to end the spell. In the new edition, you're going to be getting Faithful Steed, which gives you the spell Find Steed that you can cast once per long rest without a spell slot, which is good because when you cast this, you will summon a mount for you to ride and it will stay until it drops to 0 HP. Level 6 Paladins gain Aura of Protection. This helps all allies within 10 feet of you, granting you and them bonuses to their saving throws equal to your Charisma modifier while you are conscious. You're now character level 11, Toll the Dead and Sword Burst now deal 3 damage dice each, and you can fire Eldritch Blast 3 times with a single action. Level 7 Vengeance Paladins receive Relentless Avenger. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, you can move half your speed after them with the same reaction, and this movement doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. Level 8 Paladins earn another ability score improvement. Let's get rid of that negative and place this into intelligence. New milestone at character level 13, raise your proficiency bonus to +5. Level 9 Paladins now have 3rd level spells. For your oath spells, Haste sends you into a frenzy. For 1 minute while you maintain the spell, your AC gains a +2 bonus, you have advantage on dex saves, and you get 1 extra weapon attack. When the spell ends, you are drained of your energy and you can't move or use your action until your next turn. Protection from energy grants you resistance to 1 energy type for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. This energy can be acid, cold, lightning, fire, or thunder. In the new edition, Abjure Enemy will be now called Abjure Foes and will be moved here. This allows you to target a number of enemies within 60 feet that equal your charisma modifier. Forcing a wisdom save, if they fail, they now have the dazed and frightened condition for 1 minute or until they take damage. Level 10 Paladins gain Aura of Courage. Now you and all friendly creatures within 10 feet of you can't be frightened while you are conscious. Level 11 Paladins received Improved Divine Strike, or as it will now be called, Radiant Strike. All your melee weapon and unarmed strike attacks will deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage all the time. Level 12 Paladins earn our final ability score improvement. Place this into Dex for more AC. You are now character level 17. Max out your proficiency bonus at a +6. Toll the Dead and Sword Burst now deal 4 damage dice each, and Eldritch Blast can be fired 4 times with a single action. Level 13 Paladins now have 4th level spells. For your oath spells, Dimension Door is a 500-foot teleportation that you can make with an action to a location you can see, describe, or envision. If you teleport into something, the spell fails and you take 4d6 force damage. Banishment targets 1 creature within 60 feet and forces a charisma save. On a failure, they are placed into a small pocket dimension where they are incapacitated for 1 minute while you maintain the spell. At the end of the spell, one of 2 things will happen. If they are native to the plane you are on, they return to the spot you banish them from. If they are not native to the plane you are on, they are returned to their home plane. Level 14 Paladins gain Cleansing Touch, soon to be called Restoring Touch. By expanding up to 5 points from your Lay on Hands pool, you can end 1 condition that is causing a creature to be blinded, charmed, dazed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, or stunned. Our final level is level 15 Paladin, and Vengeance Paladins get Soul of Vengeance. When the target of your Vow of Enmity attacks you, regardless of if they hit or miss, you can use your reaction to attack them with a melee weapon if they are within range. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 13, Dex 18, Con 12, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 10, Charisma 20. Your total levels are Paladin 15, Warlock 5. Let's dive in. In combat, you have a wide range of versatility with the ability to summon any weapon and amazing ranged abilities. With your range, you have up to 4 shots that deal 1d10 force damage on a hit. Hell, you also have a mid-range shot that can deal 4d8 or 4d12 necrotic damage. You can even stack more damage on top of everything and gain advantage on attacks. Your movement is also great. You have a speed of 35 feet, you can fly 60 feet, and can teleport up to 500 feet. Finally, you got some interesting abilities that can be helpful inside and outside of combat. You can turn invisible, heal people, can climb any surface and conditions on them, sense monsters, disguise yourself, paralyze targets, banish enemies, frighten enemies, and fortify your allies to be immune to fear, and add your charisma modifier to their saves. Also, and this is a personal note, in the new edition, you can have up to 12 Paladin spells. Minus the one I gave you and add the 2 Warlock spells I didn't, you can customize this build pretty well with some pretty interesting spells. Downside. I'll just get this out of the way. Concentration spells. You have a lot of them, but there are very few spellcasters that don't, so it doesn't actually matter. Your health is pretty low, with only going over 120 HP taking the average, which is even worse when you take in the fact that to fully utilize your combat capabilities, you need 3 turns to stack yourself to maximum potential. If I were you, I would also look into the spell Death Ward for your 4th level spell and get your con stat up. Hell, a 14 or 15 con is better than what you got. Time to hunt what hides within the darkness while protecting yourself from the darkness within. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Artificer tier. Thank you John Martin, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, and Matthew Dens. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.